Good afternoon, everyone. Are our dog lovers of Jackson Heights in the house? Yeah! I think I gotta hear one more time. Are our dog lovers of Jackson Heights in the house? Yay! My name is Shaker Krishnan. I'm a Democrat running for City Council here in Jackson Heights and Elmhurst, and I'm a proud Jackson Heights dog lover myself too, and so are my little kids as well, who are playing with them whenever they're here in Traverse Park. But we are so glad to be here today because of an issue that's so important in our community too, that has only grown in importance and urgency throughout this pandemic. And that is looking for and creating space for the furry friends of our neighborhood too. We have known during this pandemic how much the lack of open space in our community has been one of the biggest challenges that we've faced. It's a public health issue, it's an open space issue, and it's a climate issue. And that's not something that, of course, has only affected us as individuals. It has also affected so many dog owners in our community too. Jackson Heights and Elmhurst rank as one of the lowest neighborhoods in New York City when it comes to public open space. And that also affects our dogs and our pets in our neighborhood too. And during this pandemic, there have been even more. The number of dog owners in our community has grown even more, which has put an even more heightened need on the importance of having space in our community for dogs and their owners to go to socialize, to relax, to play. That has become an increase. If it was a need before this pandemic, and it was in Jackson Heights too, that need has only grown throughout this pandemic and after as well. And that's why we're out here today calling and demanding that the city work with us to make our community more dog friendly. This is an issue for dogs, for pets, but for all of us as a neighborhood too. And so we're here with 5 key points that would help us make Jackson Heights be far more dog friendly. 1, it is high time that we create a dog run in Traverse Park or in any new green space nearby. That is an issue that is urgent for our neighborhood. 2, until that happens, our immediate need is to designate a contained space for off-leash dog hours. Yes. We need this for our community. A space that is defined, a space that is contained for dog owners to go, where they can be with their dogs too. And we need to build dog waste stations and add garbage cans throughout our community. This is an issue that is important to all of us, whether you're a dog owner or not. If every single garbage can in our neighborhood, and we need more of them too, had paired with it a dog waste station, it would transform an issue that has affected all of us as residents in this neighborhood. Now, it's not just an issue of space. Making our neighborhood more pet friendly is an issue of housing justice as well. Because under the Fair Housing Act, having companion animals is a reasonable accommodation and a civil rights issue. And I know this myself as a fair housing lawyer fighting housing discrimination every day. But one of the biggest challenges we face against many landlords in our city is that they don't respect the fair housing laws. And they engage in housing discrimination by failing to provide reasonable accommodations for those who need them. And so we need to make sure that it's not just in words, but in action and enforcement, that we are enforcing the fair housing laws for companion animals in our community and across New York City. That is a basic civil rights issue. And finally, here in Queens, we are now getting the first full-service animal shelter in Ridgewood, Queens. The city has allocated funding for it, and it is critical that our city continue to invest in and fund the first full-service Queens animal shelter in our borough. And that's why we're here today, is to say that this is an issue for our pets, for our dogs, for us as a community. And it is high time that our neighborhood increase our open space, and in doing so, create a space for dogs to come together and for their owners as well. The benefits of doing so for our furry friends and for us as residents are clear and is well documented when it comes to having a dog run in our neighborhood. Brevemente en español, mi nombre es Shaker Krishnan. Yo soy demócrata postulándome para el Consejo Municipal de aquí en Jackson Heights y Elmhurst. Estamos aquí porque sabemos nosotros que necesitamos mucho más espacio abierto en nuestra comunidad. No solo para nosotros como personas, sino también para nuestros perritos. Es un asunto que puede unir a nuestra comunidad, que puede resolver un asunto desde hace años en nuestro barrio. Crear espacio abierto para que los niños puedan relajarse, puedan socializarse, y para los dueños de perros también. Y nosotros sabemos que durante esta pandemia, este asunto se ha vuelto mucho más urgente. Así que por eso estamos aquí con nuestros perros, diciendo que tenemos que crear un espacio abierto, definido, bien definido para los perros en este parque de Traverse o alrededor de este parque, en cada espacio nuevo, verde en nuestra comunidad. Segundo, hasta que nosotros tengamos este espacio, necesitamos un espacio bien definido para que los perros puedan correr liberalmente en este barrio. Y el tercer punto es que nosotros necesitamos más latas para la basura y para los perros también por todo el barrio. Y este asunto es un asunto de justicia de vivienda también, en que las leyes de fair housing requieren que los dueños respeten los que tengan animales, perros, como compañeros, como para un asunto de derecho civil. Y es la hora que la ciudad respete ese asunto como un derecho civil. Y finalmente, ahora tenemos nuestro primer centro, el primer albergue para animales en este condado. Y es importante que la ciudad invierta y siga invirtiendo fondos para este albergue en nuestra comunidad. Por esto estamos aquí. Muchísimas gracias. Now, we'll hear from a few dog owners in our neighborhood who have been incredible activists in organizing and calling for these issues and elevating these issues as animal rights issues as well. We have first with us Undine Crispin, who's going to say a few words. Undine, come on up.
Hi, thank you, Shaker.
Of course.
My name is Undine Crispin, and I've lived here in Jackson Heights for 15 years. My family is my wife, Hallie, and my daughter, Deja, who we were lucky enough to adopt 4 years ago. Last fall, we added another member to our family. His name is Tuesday. And he's
out here on Tuesday, too.
Yep, he's a pandemic dog. And we really need spaces that we all feel welcome as a family, and that Tuesday can be the dog that he is rather than just being on a leash all the time. And we are so grateful to Shaker that he is listening to us and taking this seriously and making a plan so that all of our dogs and dog owners and everybody can enjoy our dogs in public. Thank you.
Yeah, Undine. Thank you so much, Undine, for your words. Now we'll call up another great dog organizer in our neighborhood, Tony Adorno. Come up and say a few words, Tony.
All right, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Tony Adorno. We're one of the creators of the Jackson Heights Dog Lovers. We realized there was a need for a dog park here, so we created this group, and now we're trying to advocate for dog hours or a dog park in the group. It's unfair that us as taxpayers that we have to go to other communities and go to dog parks over there when we live in this community. And now that people are working from home, it's not easy to go somewhere that far. So hopefully, all this falls through and Shaker can help us out. Me llamo Antonio Adorno, estamos hablando de la comunidad para buscar un parque en este parque, el parque de los otros donde vivimos, en Traverse. So, si pueden, sopórtalo y trata de ayudarlo para buscar un parque. Gracias.
Yeah. Thank you, Tony. Muchísimas gracias. And thank you, Tony, Undine, for all of your sustained advocacy every day in organizing our dog owners in our community, too. Now we'll hear from another dog owner, a neighborhood resident, and awesome activist in our neighborhood, Chuck Park. Come on up, Chuck.
Thanks, Shaker, as always, for organizing another great gathering of our community. My name is Chuck. I have an 8-year-old playing in the park behind us, but I also have these 2 kiddos, and they have nowhere to play in Jackson Heights. This is Betty, this is Bowie, and if there's one thing we learned during this pandemic is that we all need open space, we all need fresh air, we all need the emotional support of sensitive beings, and right now, these beautiful family members of ours, our therapists,
Tuesday.
our therapists, our guardians, our protectors, but also our family members, they don't have that. And so I'm really excited to see a plan for getting that done, for finally giving our family members a chance to enjoy this community as much as the rest of us do. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Chuck. Thank you so much, Chuck. I was going to say, all these dogs are so well behaved. We made this whole press conference over here. Wow. Which is all the more reason why we need a space for them. They need a retreat for all they've done here.
Tuesday, sit.
As you can see, this is an issue that affects us as neighbors, as families, as parents, as pet owners, or non-pet owners too. This is about creating space for all of us in this community and making sure all of us have a space to go, especially for the pets and our dogs in our neighborhood too. And I think today, Undine, Tony, and Chuck have done such a great job defining this issue. It is urgent, and it has become only more urgent after this pandemic. And we will work together to put pressure on the city and advocate to make sure that we have the space that we need for the dogs of our community too. Because that's not just a benefit for the dogs of our neighborhood, it's a benefit for all of us as a community. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming.
Woo-hoo!
Thank you all. Let's do this. All right.
Shaker, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Thank you all, guys. This was awesome. But so, and seriously, like everyone, I was like, let's see how it goes with all the dogs.
Let's let it loose, right? Let's let it
I know.
loose.
Let's do it now. This went so well. Thank you. Oh, thank you.